Postpartum is said to be from 6 weeks to 8 weeks after delivery, but in my opinion, postpartum has no ending. It begins the moment the woman gives birth, and she has to live with whatever changes that goes on with her body for the rest of her life. It doesn't end at 8 weeks, it doesn't end at 6 weeks, it doesn't end at 12 weeks. It has no duration. Anyways guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Precious, and in this episode I'm going to be sharing with you guys some changes that you can experience in your body after delivery during postpartum. Right now there are a lot of changes that women go through after delivery. Some are spoken about, some are not spoken about, some are relegated. People don't pay attention to them, and then when it happens to you, you'll be so surprised. It will come as a shock because no one has come out to share this, and I'm here to discuss it just in case you're going through such phase or you're having such changes in your body. Just believe me that it is very normal, and it is pregnancy that caused it. Okay, not that pregnancy is a bad thing, but it is something that you need to go into with full knowledge, right? Our mothers refuse to tell us how much pregnancy tells on a woman's body. We always hear, oh, pregnancy is a good thing, childbirth is a good thing, having a child of your own is a good thing. That is all our mothers tell us. They do not tell us the side effects. They do not tell us the, I don't want to use the word disadvantages, but I mean everything that has an advantage has a disadvantage, right? Anyway, so let me share some of the things that you would notice or your body can go through after carrying your baby for 9 months. Okay, so the number one thing that I'm going to talk about is hemorrhoids, also known as pile. Now this happens to most women from the 37, 36, 37, 38, 39 weeks. A lot of pregnant women complain of getting hemorrhoid, but it doesn't end there. Some people don't even experience it while they are pregnant. It resumes immediately after you've either pushed your baby out, which I think it happens mostly when you push your baby out. You know, the pressure and all of that can cause swollen veins, which then causes hemorrhoid, gets pain and then bleeding in the rectal area, right? Now hemorrhoid is something that nobody wants to go through. I do not have hemorrhoids, but I after I gave birth to my baby, my first baby, I had difficulty stooling, right? I had difficulty stooling. It was so painful. Oh my god, in my head I thought I've developed pile. I thought I had hemorrhoid, but I just kept on trying and like that experience, I won't wish it on my enemy. It was so painful. It was, and then at the end of the day it wasn't hemorrhoid. Then imagine how painful hemorrhoids would be. Imagine how painful and discomforting hemorrhoids could be. So that is something that you can experience. You may experience either during pregnancy or after pregnancy. It might not come immediately, but the chances of experiencing it in your postpartum phase is very high. Now the next effect of pregnancy is loss of memory. It's called mom fog or mom brain. Now this one, I have a personal experience with it. Up till now, like I said, postpartum has no ending, because if you want to look at it the way science says, postpartum lasts between 6 weeks to 8 weeks. I'm not in my postpartum era. I'm far away from my postpartum era. My second child is going to 2 years, so I'm not in my postpartum era, right? But I still have loss of memory up till now. I have a page, I have a note on my phone where I basically write everything, my to-do list. Whenever I have an event, whenever I have anything to do, I have to write it down. If not, I will not remember. And then I have spoken to some other ladies that have said that their own is even worse, that they can walk into a room and they won't even remember what they came into the room to do, that they will pick up their phone to call someone and they won't remember who or even what they wanted to do with their phone in the first place. Now it's the seriousness differs in human beings, in its individual differences in some women. Now I would not consider mine to be severe, but the fact that I experienced it alone tells that I still have effects of pregnancy on me, right? Which simply means I am still in my postpartum era, because tell me why I cannot remember things. Like, tell me something today, ask me in weeks to come, in days to come, I will not even remember that we had that conversation. Loss of memory, mommy brain is very, very, very real. If I can find a solution, trust me, I would grab onto it, because most times it's not really funny having to not remember things that you're supposed to remember simply. Now, another one is blindness. Some have partial blindness, some have complete blindness. Now, I've seen someone that doesn't, she has never had any eye issue, she has never complained of anything happening to her eye until she had her first baby. She went blind for some days, like complete blindness. Like, she couldn't see her baby because she was blind for some days, and then gradually it cleared, but now she has to wear glasses. And I have seen some other women talk about the same thing, that up till now it affected their sight, they don't see clearly, they are now myopic, you know. But then it's real. Blindness after pregnancy is real. And then imagine someone gets partially blind from childbirth, and you tell me that she's no longer in her postpartum phase. Make it make sense. The problem with all of these things is that I don't even think there is any cure for it. Though whenever you go to a doctor, they will tell you it would with time. Now, some women, theirs doesn't take time to, you know, recover. Some women, it takes them a very long time. Some women, it takes them their lifetime. They actually never recover from it. Now, the next one is body pains. Now, I know whenever people complain of body pain, a lot of people attribute it to women that gave birth via cesarean section. Now, that is valid, because a lot of mothers that had their babies via CS that I've spoken to, they are always complaining of back pain. And I feel like maybe it's the epidural that was given to them on their spinal cord. I'm not sure. I've not had any of my babies via CS, but from a lot of women that I've spoken to, even people that I watch their videos, you always see them complain of back pain. I have a friend that had her baby via CS, and up till now she still complains of back pain. But then aside from CS, I feel like immediately after pregnancy, your body never remains the same. You always have pains. Even me, I didn't have, like I said, I did not have a cesarean section, but I still have body pain since after I had my babies. I still have waist pain, I have back pain once in a while, but my waist pain is there. I have knee pain. A lot of women complain of wrist pain, that their own pain is on the wrist immediately after they had their babies. So I'm like, why is I know that the body goes through a lot of changes, you know, during pregnancy and then even during delivery, where you have to go through labor, contraction, and the pain doesn't just stop. I honestly don't know how we can find a solution to the pain, because I mean, imagine you have a new baby you have to tend to, and then you still have pains all over your body. So you're still in your healing phase and you're still taking care of a baby, right? So these are things that we should be made aware of, so we can be mentally ready for it before diving into, you know, the pregnancy journey. Now, the next changes that you should expect when you're pregnant or after delivery is abdominal separation, which could also mean diastasis recti. And a lot of women even have to go through surgery just to correct that. Now, even if you do not have the abdominal separation, you're going to have fupa. You're going to have a big belly that you have to keep tying and binding your stomach. They'll tell you to watch what you eat, you know, all of that. A lot of women still do all of this, but the fupa just refuses to go in. You will see someone that has had babies lose weight, but then you still see the baby pouch in her stomach. It's almost like it doesn't go away without surgery. It's almost like, see, it is just 10% out of the women population that actually get their belly back to pre-pregnancy stage after delivery. It's so difficult. It's one of the body parts that takes so much that is almost impossible to get back to normal. You can see a woman and you will not know that she has given birth until you look at her stomach. You will see that the area around there is mostly soft or looked sagged or has a lot of stretch marks on it, and you just know that, oh yeah, a baby has been in there. So that is a body change that you should be you should be ready to accept and love yourself regardless of what your stomach area is looking like. I mean, you try your best to, like, you know, help it out, but just know that it's gonna be there and it's going to now be part of the new you. Okay, another thing, this one, at least to an extent, we have started creating awareness for it, which is postpartum depression, baby blues, you know. Like I said, I don't believe that postpartum just ends within 6 weeks to 8 weeks, because personally I've noticed that since after I had children, I now have mood swings. Right, maybe I used to have mood swings, let me not just completely deny that. Maybe I've always had mood swings, but I know it got worse since after I started having my babies. Like, I can be happy this moment and the next minute I don't want to use the word depressed, but I am so down. Like, I don't think anything would make me happy unless on my own I gradually leave that phase and get back to being happy. It's not bipolar, but it is mood swings. I've noticed it personally for myself, that since after I had my babies, my mood swing is high above. But then again, that is something you get to experience, maybe or maybe not, but there are chances that you're going to experience depression, mood swings, baby blues. You can just see yourself and you realize that you're crying, and when you think about it, you do not really have a serious reason to be crying, but you find yourself crying, you find yourself happy or in a mood that you not expect yourself to be. You flare up at very little things, you get angry, you see yourself shouting at your baby, you see yourself screaming at your toddlers. I mean, toddlers can do the most, but then again, sometimes your reactions to their action might seem extreme. It is not you, trust me. It is effects of pregnancy. It is postpartum. No matter how long you are in your postpartum, it happens, and that is something that we need to talk about, and we need to find solutions to, because it's not easy handling it alone, especially when you feel like it's just happening to you. It's much easier when you know that, oh, this other woman, some other woman is also experiencing what I am experiencing. So it is not, I'm not abnormal, I'm not weird. Okay, something is happening and it is a general thing, so we need to talk about it. And that is one of the reasons why I decided to sit down here and talk about stuff like this, because I mean, awareness needs to be created. Guys, just because I do not want this video to be long, this is a part 1. I'm definitely going to film a part 2, because there are a lot of body changes, there are a lot of both inner and outer body changes, right? Sometimes it is emotional change, sometimes it is physical change, sometimes it is hormonal changes. There are a lot of them, and this is just the part 1. Let me know of other changes you've experienced, or you've seen someone close to you go through this change. Let us know in the comment section. Let's continue to create this awareness so that women can begin to accept these changes and love themselves regardless, and also understand that these changes are normal. It's not you. You don't need to hate yourself. You don't need to feel like a stranger in your own body. You just have to embrace it and find a way to walk through it, find a way to survive and still live a happy and fulfilling life for yourself, for your child, and for the society as a whole. Okay, let me know if you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're not yet a subscriber, turn on your post notification bell, because a part 2 of this series is definitely going to come up on the channel, so when it does, you wouldn't miss that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.